On this episode of Nisha Unfiltered, I speak with Joan Stephens about living with HIV for more than 20 years.
They found that they're HIV positive, they don't want nobody to know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't tell anybody that I was positive.
Okay.
When my husband died, I'm going to be honest, I told people that he met in a car accident and died.
But he died of AIDS.
Right. But I just didn't want to talk about it.
Hi love, it's Nisha and this is Nisha Unfiltered. Now, the Caribbean is currently facing an epidemic of HIV with the second highest prevalence rate worldwide after Africa. Here in Jamaica, UNAIDS reports 40,000 people were living with HIV in 2018. Today we are finding out what is life like for Joan Stephens, a woman living with HIV for more than 20 years. Her story may move you to tears, but it will undoubtedly inspire you. Joan, thank you for joining me here. Tell me, who do you suspect that you contracted HIV from?
Well, the basic topic I did there wasn't a form of suspicion. Right? When I found out that I was positive, the only person come from my mind was my husband.
You were married?
Yeah, married. And I have a child for my husband, so he had to came in and do a medical.
Okay.
Based on my one that was done before.
Yeah.
So that was when we found out that he's also positive.
Wow.
You know, and they test my husband as well as my son.
Okay.
Because I have a child for him.
Got you.
So when the result came back out, he was positive. And give God thanks, my son was negative.
Okay, good. So how did you go about, you said that you didn't suspect that you had HIV. How did you go about finding out that you were positive?
Well, based on a friend of mine introduced me to the hotel program.
Okay.
And you know, in those, not even those days, up till now, you still have to do medical whenever you leave in Jamaica. So you had to do a medical. So based on the medical, that's when I found out that I was HIV positive.
Wow.
It was 12 of us.
Okay.
And out of the 12, I was the only one who didn't make it to go.
That must have been heartbreaking. You're about to go on an opportunity, and tell me what happened. How did you find out? Okay, after the medical, who called you? What did they say?
Well, it's based on the medical, I got the call.
Okay.
So when I got the call, I didn't know what it was about.
Wow.
They just called me and give me a letter and sent me down to the Ministry of Health.
Okay.
And even when I went to the Ministry of Health, still didn't know what was wrong.
No one was telling you?
No, they just read what was in the letter.
Okay.
Seal it back, give it back to me, and send me to the comprehensive clinic.
Tell me what happened there.
So when I went there, I said, who should I get in contact with there? And the lady recommended me to Nurse Harris at the time, who was working there. And then when I went in and I met Nurse Harris, because she was in room 114.
You remember that 114?
That number will never leave out of my brain.
Yeah.
114, knock on the door. Nurse Harris went inside and she said, have a seat. I sat opposite her, right? And she said, do you know why you're here? I said, no, I haven't got a clue. And, you know, when I handed her the paper, she read it and then she slid it back over to me.
So you did not read the paper as yet?
No.
This is in your hand?
This is in my hand. Remember now, I got it to take it to the Ministry of Health.
Okay.
With my name on it. Still didn't read it because it wasn't given to me to read.
But other people are reading it.
But they are reading it.
And they're just handing it back and just guiding you.
And just guided me.
Wow.
So when she slid it back over to me, and when I read it, that was when I saw the HIV positive in red. It was beneath everything else. You know, you read your diagnostic based on what they take and they tick off. So the HIV was in red right across at the bottom. And then I just sat there and say, I don't know where I got that courage from, and I'm glad that I did. I said to her, well, something have to take us out of this world. If it's not one thing, it's another. She was shocked based on my response. And she got up and she embraced me and she said, boy, woman, you're strong.
Yeah.
And I said, why you say that? Because most women, when they found out, or people in the world, when they found out that they're positive, she say, you know, they lose it. But I didn't lost it, and I'm glad I didn't lost it at that point in time. So, you know, went through the procedure, taking your blood and do the necessary and told you when to come back. But
that must have been, even if you were strong in that moment, how did the days following unfold for you? The more that it started to sit in that this is a reality of my life now.
It starts sitting as you left the clinic. Because it's upon leaving,
Yes.
that reality hits.
It's real now. You're by you're by yourself. Are you by yourself at this point?
Yes, because I'm walking home.
And what are you thinking?
And I said, but why does that happen to me? And I started to cry, and I started to think all kind of things. Because when things happen to you where you're not expecting, a lot of things flow through the mind. You know, and I said, why me? And when you hear about HIV, you hear about death. So death sentence is the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
How am I going to leave my kids who haven't reached nowhere in life, especially the young one? And I started to cry. All the way home I cried. And when I went home, you know, my mom, I went and I sat. The house, there was a chair, a settee, and I sat there and I cocked up my foot on the wall. And I just sat there and the tears just was flowing down my face. And my mom said to me, what's the news? And I said, something you know happened to your worst enemy.
Wow.
So she suspected that is it, because that's the test I go and look about. And then she just started to sing, one day at a time, Sweet Jesus.
One day at a time, Sweet Jesus.
And it's like that song reminiscing me from then.
Yeah.
But although you sing it every day, you still worry.
Yeah.
Nobody's not going to say they contract HIV and they don't worry. They do worry.
Okay.
They do worry because of what is said to you prior to it and what you expect from what you don't expect.
Yeah.
If I comb my hair and I'm too strong, come on, which by right when you comb your hair, you lose it. I start to say, well, this is it.
Wow.
You understand me? Because you hear all kind of synapses or whatever they want to call it. And based on what you hear, you apply to what you see going on in your life. So that I did, and I started to worry. To be honest, I'm not going to tell anybody that it was easy for me. No, I worried, I fret, I cried every day. Every day I cried. Because, you know, I know something you want to nobody at all.
Yeah.
And based on the information that was put across, that set a barrier.
Yeah.
Because yes, you contract HIV, so your life done.
Yeah.
That is how it was. It looked at that time.
Yeah. When I first heard about it, it was this plague that was killing everyone, and
right.
It's scary.
It's very scary. It's scary then, and it's even still scary now, because a lot of people still don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, when they had it, they have it. They still hide. They hide within themselves because they don't accept what is wrong with them.
Yeah.
Little blessing is good.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of blessings right now, a lot of rain. It started off as an intense conversation. Exactly, it's an intense conversation. But you've been living with HIV now for 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
More than 20 years.
This year, what we 21?
Yeah, 2020.
20 years. This year make it
20 years this year.
Because I've been diagnosed 2000, July 2000, when I found out.
Yeah.
Right, so 20 years. And I'm going to live a lot more than 20.
You have your own acronym for HIV. What is it?
My acronym for HIV is Hope, Inspire, Vision.
Yeah, Hope, Inspire, Vision.
Because we all have hope.
Yeah.
Who want to live in a big house, who want to drive a nice fancy car, who want to ensure that our family is taken care of to the best of our ability. So, are you going, well, I am. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let it stop me from accomplishing what I want in life.
Good.
So I have hopes.
Good.
Right?
At some point, it did sort of hinder the way that you were able to interact with people. What you shared with me was that people started to find out that you were HIV positive, and you felt very isolated within yourself and even in your workplace.
At the time.
At the time where you were working.
Yeah.
Tell me about the stigma that you faced when people that you used to work with found out that you were HIV positive.
Well, at first, you know, as I said, when people found that they're HIV positive, they don't want nobody to know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't tell anybody that I was positive.
Okay.
When my husband died, I'm going to be honest, I told people that he met in a car accident and died.
But he died of AIDS.
Right. But I just didn't want to talk about it. You cannot talk about something that you're not comfortable with or how to express it because based on the reaction that you might get.
Absolutely.
So I tell people that meeting one car accident and dead, and that was it, because that changes everything.
Yeah.
But in life, it's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who knows you.
Yeah.
So people in my community know that my husband is positive and he died of it, and I am positive. Well, at least that's what they suspect, that I must be positive too.
Yeah.
So the news came to work. But when my boss asked me at first, I said, no, my husband crashed and died. I never told her that I was positive. I've never mentioned it.
Okay.
Right? And then I remember September 11th bombing.
Yeah.
Right? And I told her at that time that I was positive. But I didn't tell her, I contracted the virus. And that was it. It remained dormant right there.
Okay.
But when someone comes with it now, that was when it get out of hand.
So someone brought it now to work again.
So
Okay.
again, now that I remember where I was working in Spanish Town at the time, and somebody came to me and said, "Joan, me said somebody see you have AIDS." Somebody in our organization. Somebody said, "This somebody and me is what?"
Just like that, you said that?
I just didn't care that day. I don't know what happened that day.
Something snapped.
No,
you
something
couldn't deal with it
no,
anymore.
Because you're trying to hide something, but at the time when, that's why I'm trying to explain to people, it doesn't make sense you hide. Because when you keep hiding, you're putting yourself in a position where you don't even know where and when you're gonna say, Thomas, it's time for you to let go. It's like you're holding on to something. I said, listen, somewhere along the line I have to take a stand, because this is my life.
Yeah.
And if I cannot live with the fear of people knowing, I'm going to always be afraid all the days of my life. And I don't intend for my life to be like that. So she said she's going to send someone as a support for me.
Okay.
Right? Which was, if I can call his name, is Ainsley Reid, which she did send him.
Yes, okay.
And, you know, he was the first one who spoke, you know, because they were talking, they let the session be as if we were talking about HIV, and but they didn't know about me.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then my boss said, well, after Mr. Reid, someone needs to speak to all of you. And she said, Joan, and I got up. I looked everyone in the face. But in order to let go, I stared at the wall because I want to give them everything. And I told him that something I have to take out of this world. We are living with prostate cancer. We have all different type of diseases. But we don't know what's going to take us out. We don't see things on shelf and go and buy it, but things do happen because we are involved in having sex and things happen. So is it right for somebody who is infected with HIV to be less than the next person who have cancer?
It's not.
No, we're still human beings who need love and moral support.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, when I talked that I was positive, to be honest, when I thought everybody knew, it was only a few knew, because based on the individual who that said it, and everybody break down in tears because no one didn't know. Here's Joan, who is positive. And I remember one of the time I went to work for someone, and when the person came to work the previous morning, somebody said, Lord, the young lady come work for yesterday. I love how she attire herself. And the person remarked, you know, so she have AIDS door. No, that's not for you to tell.
It's not necessary to mention that.
You know, you just give the compliment that if it's true, you don't need to add to it.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is why I had to speak.
Yeah.
Since if I don't want to talk my business, let me tell me it then. So then I have to chat in no more.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So I did that to say that I didn't even know that the boss, which is the owner of the organization, was behind me. And she came and she embraced me, you know. And because of that, she sent me home for, I think it was 3 months with pay for me to cool off.
Okay.
You know, and she said, any more of you who call this young lady's name again no longer have a job here. And I respect her so much for that.
Joan, you're speaking about people with HIV, people who are HIV positive. They still need love. They still need support.
Yeah.
People are afraid for that very reason, because they don't like the disease or any disability really to be attached with who they are innately. You just want to live as yourself. But when you're dating, ethically, you have an obligation to share with people who are sleeping with that I do have HIV. So how do you go about having that conversation with someone who you are dating?
The honest truth, that conversation just comes like a natural thing to me, like how I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Because if you're dating someone, yes, you start off, hi, I like you, and you know, you go on dinner and you go on lunch.
Yeah.
Eventually, next thing the man going to want is go to bed.
Yes.
So you're not going to wait till when time I'm going to go to bed, you're going to tell him, say,
so you don't tell them in bed?
But tell them before. It's okay. There you go.
Okay.
Because it's one of the other. If him no one want to leave him, I go leave. And if him no want to leave him, I go still stay.
Okay.
So we telling him now, or telling him 5 years, 10 years down the line, it's going to still be the same thing.
Okay.
A lot of people are afraid because they're saying the person might go tell people.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, and I say this to say that you have to remember, you know, when you think about yourself, you have to think about others.
Yeah.
Who has, because in most cases, some of a relationship, and next person's having another person. Right?
You mean an affair like cheating?
Right.
Okay.
People do. I don't know, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in relationship, things take a turn.
Yeah.
Now, what if you didn't tell that individual that you are positive. At first, when a man meet, he might not want to use a condom, but when him get used to him have you as his personal now.
Okay.
So he's gonna want to stop.
Okay.
But at the same time, him still have somebody else. What happened? That is why the virus is going always
This is
spread.
how it spreads.
Because if you had told him that every time that you guys get involved, he'd always use protection.
Yeah.
But because you don't, him just did it. But because remember, a lot of women are not taking meds properly.
Okay.
People are not taking meds properly. And even if you do taking the meds properly on time, every time, because you have to be consistent in taking your meds. If your body is not viral suppressed, if the virus is not viral suppressed, so if it's viral suppressed, you don't easily transmit, quote unquote.
Okay.
But you can be taking your meds consistently and doing the right thing. But what about if the person who you think is not positive is positive? That there it goes. So it's not just a one.
You're reinfecting yourself again.
So you have to think two ways. What if he's not telling me that he is positive?
Very true.
And that happened to me.
Very true.
And what if I pass on to him? So it's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
So you have to weigh the pros and the cons.
Yeah.
It might hurt because it might tell somebody that you're positive, but to hell with it. At least your conscience set you free.
Yeah.
You didn't pass on anything to anybody. Anybody never pass on anything onto you. That is why I tell myself in life, honesty to me is the best policy.
Absolutely.
When you're honest, you set your mind free to accept just about anything.
I love the messages you're coming through with, Joan. Honesty, living in your truth. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah, you have to.
So right now you work with JN+.
Oh Lord, and I give God thanks for this organization.
You help a community of HIV positive people.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like to interact with them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I come on a very harsh on them. Reason being?
Okay, why?
Because we're adults, we're not kids. We're adults.
I see a lot of banners saying, no bother take no break, take your HIV meds every day. Is that an issue, having people to take their medication?
It come back to the point where I just tell you.
Okay.
The moment you take a break and you open the gate, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So the moment you take a break where you stop taking the meds, because most people when they're on meds, as I tell you, once they be consistent, the virus suppresses.
Okay.
So when it suppresses, it's not easy to transmit.
Okay.
So that is when you take the break. You take the break because you find out, say, you're undetectable.
Yeah.
Then you open up the gate because you start have unprotected sex. What gonna come in?
Yeah.
You got to look on it that way.
Yeah.
You know understand what I mean? So be consistent in taking your meds. Not stop all when you tell you say you're undetectable. You still have to take the meds because the meds was the first thing that keep the virus suppressed.
Yes, absolutely.
So once you stop, it's going to replicate more. And what you're going to do, because there are a lot of women now who were undetectable, stop taking the meds, so they have to return to treatment. The same drugs that work then ain't going to work now. So which other stage are we going to put you on? You get where I'm coming from? So they let the body left open to a lot of things.
Yeah.
If you can live, why choose to die?
Powerful. If you can live, why choose to die?
You understand? We know that death isn't inevitable because it will happen one other day. But if God give you the opportunity, the power is there, use it.
And you've been living. You've been living for 20 years.
20 wonderful years.
20 wonderful years.
And you're helping oldest Jamaican woman in this world who's living with HIV. And that's my dream, and I know I'm going to do it.
I want that for you. And I want that you keep shining your lights and helping other people get through this very, very difficult diagnosis. Thank you for being that beacon, Joan.
But the thing is, it's not a matter of it's difficult because how we see it. We make it difficult because how we structure it. But I always tell people, look at your life as a plant. When the rain doesn't fall on plants, it look dry and tarnished.
Yeah.
But the moment it get a full dose of weather, it's green and luscious. So your life is just like that. If you're not taking the meds, you're going to look shrinky up. But if once you're taking the meds and looking after your body and doing the right thing, you look chirpy. And don't think about things that you don't have a control of. I rather people living with HIV to think of, how can I make my life better, irrespective of what happened to me. Can I pursue my dream? Yes, you can. So tell yourself, say, what didn't happen then, it can happen now. Because things that I never used to do, I dare do it now. I want to have my own car. I want to have my house. Yes, I start. I have to stop and I really have the money for it, but I still I try. You understand me? Sometimes I get frustrated when I want to see I'm starting something and not reaching where I really wanted to reach. But I remember that everything in life takes time.
Yes.
It's a process. So it's the same thing with the meds. If I stop taking it, something is gonna happen. I'm not gonna able to do what I wanna do.
Yeah.
Yes, I start doing this, but I am not getting the help that I need because it's me alone. But should I stop? No, I'm still gonna be persistent
going.
because one of the day it must finish.
Thank you, Joan, for sharing your story. HIV can be an isolating diagnosis. Even if there are support groups, persons affected are still haunted by the stigma. Perhaps there is still more to be done to ensure that everyone feels safe and is able to get the care that they need, regardless of sexual orientation, gender, or nationality. Thank you for watching. Hi, thanks again for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you can see every time I post a new video.